tous, bon retour pour ce prochain match. Willkommen zurück für diese nächste Spiel. Donc maintenant c'est un match dans la catégorie P40. Le dernier match de poule pour la Suisse. Je ne sais pas quant à la France, je suppose aussi. Enfin bref, voilà, donc vous avez compris, c'est France et Suisse qui joueront ensemble durant les prochaines 45 minutes. Et pour commencer, I will call the three referees. In this case, referesses. I don't know if there is a feminine word. But we have Carola Denardi as main referee. Selma Rostock and Isabel Kreuer. Et maintenant, je vous prierai d'applaudir chaleureusement pour l'équipe de Suisse qui entre sur le terrain. Et merci de réserver le même accueil pour nos voisins, l'équipe de France. And referees, the place is yours. C'est l'équipe de Suisse qui commencera avec la balle pour ce premier tiers-temps. Je vous souhaite un bon visionnage. N'oubliez pas que la buvette est à votre disposition si vous avez besoin de vous rafraîchir, de vous hydrater. N'oubliez pas de vous hydrater, il fait très chaud. Voilà. Bon match.
And welcome everybody for this match of the M50 category between Switzerland and Team France. This is, I believe, the last match of the round robin for this category, as every other team has faced off already. And there is also the in the other court, Italy against UK for the same category, M40, that you can also see live, but I believe there is no English commentary. And yes, this is the last match of the round robin, as we will have this afternoon at 3:50 and 5, both semi-finals of this category. We have a nice even start from both teams at 2-2. Now the ball is going for Switzerland. Nice catch by number 5, Steve Renaud from France. Number 24, Maxence Jacquet, who scores for Team France. Salomé to Hanser, Arbe, Ulrich, and this is the shot for Hurlimann. And the referee calls for a travel back to France. And we are swapping sides again. And the shot that was able to catch all 3 Swiss defenders off guard and score a point. Back to the middle for Hanser, on the other side for Ulrich, and Ulrich's second Ulrich shoots and scores for Team Switzerland. And we go back to the other side. And Ulrich catches the ball, even though they are two to defend. Back to Hurlimann. Shoots and Renaud catches it again. Paris. Letier, and a nice catch by Arbe. Back to Hanser. Gillet. Quick reflection on what to do to Ulrich on the other side, who scores for Team Switzerland. Now, let's see what France is up to for this. And a shot on first jump by Letier. Very nicely done. And we have 2 Letier players for Team France, Emmanuel and Simon. They are both playing on opposite sides, I believe. And again, a point for Team Switzerland, who is able to even out the score at 5-5. 10 minutes left on this first period. 3 players defending and a low angle shot for Team France that was able to score. Hanser, Salomé, Gillet, and a shot by Charpentier. And France with a nice... Oh no. There was a ball given to Switzerland. RB switches side again to Charpentier, Gillet, and a nice shot right in the gap between the 2 French players. Six against 6 right now, and we have a little bit less than 9 minutes left. And a great shot by François Thibault. Hanser again distributes to the sides. Gillet, Salomé, and back to the other side for Ulrich. And I believe we had a bit of confusion. Ball back to France. And a long ball that is able to find a place where, without any defenders, great shot by Team France. Now, RB to Chopard, who just entered the field, to Gillet, and a nice low angle shot. Nice catch by Chopard, no, Charpentier. Sorry. To Ulrich, and a call for traveling. Ball back to France. Letier to Letier. Thibault. Right on RB. And Gillet this time hits the 45-degree shot, but is not able to score. Emmanuel Letier, team captain for Team France, is able to find a gap and score. Little confusion on Swiss side. I believe the ball was for Chopard, but it ended up on the ground. And an attempt to do a small shot right on the line because the defense was a bit further away, but it did not work out. We have a call for traveling on the middle of the court by Team Switzerland, so ball is given back to France. Long shot that was caught by Chopard on the second line. Well, to Ulrich, which has to shoot and call for travel. Passes mistakes by both teams, and we have France who is able to now score. Salomé to Charpentier. And a catch by Renault. Swap of sides. And Montero, who just entered, was not able to catch that ball. Point for Team France. Montero. Ball bounces between all the players, and they are able to catch it. And a quick counter-attack, which provides a point to Team France. 4 minutes left almost, and we have the gap increased between the two teams as we have France 5 points ahead. And a nice lift by Letier for the second line. Gillet catches his breath, does the pass to Charpentier, who is able to score. Swap of sides to Letier. And Letier again, who provides the score for Team France. Charpentier to Gillet. A call for a ball that landed inside the area. That's a given point to Switzerland, to France. Ball back to Switzerland. And same call again on the side of Team Switzerland. Uleman entered the field, number 71 from Switzerland. And a pass that was a bit short. Back to Renault. Jacquier. And the ball right between the first and second line. Montero to Uleman. And a nice catch by Thibault. Nice lift by Gillet for the second line to be able to catch that ball. Uleman. And a call for traveling. Which means he did 4 steps while he had the ball in his hands. Oh, a nice funny catch by Nicolas Salomé. And that's a call for a frame shot. You can see it was quite on the edge of the frame. Montero, Uleman. And the second line is able to catch it with a very quick counter-attack. Again caught by the second line. Now we swap sides and we managed to score before the rest of the defenders came. That was a very nice swap of sides by Switzerland. They go for a frame shot. Number 18, Simon Letier saw there was no player defending the 0-degree angle, so he tried to shoot without jumping, but couldn't exactly find the right trajectory. 10 seconds left, 1 action for Team France. Let's see what they can do. 2 seconds. And the time ended before the shot, so it is not taken into account. We have a 3-minute break between the two periods. I will grab a few sips of my coffee, take a breath, and see you then.
N'oubliez pas que la buvette est à votre disposition si vous avez besoin de rafraîchissement.
Welcome back for this second period out of 3 between Switzerland and France M40 category. Let's see if Switzerland was able to find the solution to even out the gap of 6 points, now 7 between them and France. As we hear in the crowd a few Swiss supporters and a big drum, David Montero with the scoring point. We also have a few bells reminding of the sound of Switzerland. Ulrich to Charpentier. Not quite caught by number 24, Maxence Jacquet. Nice catch by Arbe to Hurleman, who decides to... No, who took one step too much. France with a very quick counter-attack, but Montero was not taking it. Again, nice swap of sides to... Ah no, wait. Laurent Ludy scored a point for Team Switzerland. Another swipe of sides to Thibaut. Montero with an excellent placement. Ulrich to Ludy. In the hands of Jackie. Letier, Emmanuel. Again, Montero with another catch. And we could see a step in the zone. That's a ball for Team France. Jackie to Letier. Ulrich was able to touch the ball but not catch it. Unfortunate and good point for Team France. As the Hop Suisse chant resonates in the hall. Hurleman call for a given point to Team France. Ball back to Switzerland. An attempt to fake. And Ulrich scores for Team Switzerland. A nice 90-degree shot. Right on the edge of the line. Low angle shots by Angelini, who is able to find a spot on the outside of the distance. A little bit of frustration from Switzerland as the ball slipped out of the hands of the player. Nice catch by Salomé. Ball to Chopard, who decides to stay on the same frame. It's for Ludy. Catch by Jackie. Jackie and a nice catch by Harvey with the roll. Ulrich, who goes for a wide shot, but the referee calls that there were 4 passes, which is 1 too many. Ball to France. Thibaut, the very low shot that is able to score as it bounces on the leg of a player outside. One of the defenders. Ulrich with the change of sides to Hurleman, to Montero. And we have a call for obstruction. Ball goes back to Switzerland for another attempt. Or France, actually. So maybe the Swiss players obstructed the French defense. Strong shot, but ends up in the hand of Salomé on the almost the third line. Ulrich tries to catch the ball already in the air. Nice save. But ball ends up back in the hands of Switzerland. Harvey decides to swap sides to Ulrich for Ludy now. And a swap to Hurleman. 4-player defense works for Team France. Jackie, 2 steps and a step in the zone. Montero with a high shot, bounced off to the second line, but the player was not able to catch it. Point for Team Switzerland. We still have quite a gap in points between the two teams, as We have almost 8 minutes left in this second period. Referee calls for a frame shot. Ball to Switzerland. Chopard decides to go on the other frame. Uleman to Montero, who swaps to Ludi. And a nice point for Team Switzerland, who really woke up the Swiss supporters in the crowd. And we have a bit more Swiss supporter as the event is taking place in Macolin, Switzerland. As we get the ball again on the court. Ball given to Switzerland. We go in the middle to Chopard. Then Ludi. Gillet jumps, shoots and scores for Team Switzerland. Let's see if Switzerland is able to keep that momentum. A point for Team France. Gillet to Ludi, and a given point to Team France. Chopard to RB, Montero shoots, rebounds almost, maybe even on the head of one of the French players, and goes outside. That's a point for Team Switzerland. Letier, nice lead by Gillet, but unfortunately the second line was not at that spot. We have a little bit less than 6 minutes and still 6 points of difference between the two teams, even though we had 4 points difference a moment ago. The ball, I think, landed in the area. That's a given point to Team France. Uleman to Montero. And a catch by Team France. Back on the same frame. And the ball slipped out of the hands of Team France. Ball to Switzerland. RB goes to Salomé. Ludi. Gillet with the shot. Caught by Letier. Nice attempt by Switzerland, but unfortunately the ball still ended up on the floor. Chopard tries to fake. Ludi, a nice 90-degree shot between in the gap of the French defense. Letier shoots and also finds a gap, as the Swiss defense was not fully complete on that side of the court. Uleman. Very quick counter-attack, but Montero was able to catch that ball. Ludi almost out of, almost couldn't catch that pass, but ended up still scoring in a great way for Switzerland. Thibault to Paris. Gibert. And a nice score. Oh, actually, There's a call for a given point. I did not see if it was a player saying it or the referee. You can see sometimes in Tchoukball, one thing that is amazing is the fair play, and if players see they did a mistake, quite often they will say to the referee, give them the points, we don't deserve it. Quick swap of players on the side of Team Switzerland. Laurent Ulrich is back in. Jacquet, nice catch by Gillet. To Montero, who did not fully see where the ball was going. Ball back to Team France. Gibert to Letier. Shoots, but Arbe is able to catch it. Montero with a sleek shot in the gap. Renaud to Jacquet, nice jump, but Salome is able to catch it after a few juggles. Gillet, who decides to swap sides with on the ball, hands up Earlyman, straight in the hands of the second line. Nice positioning by Team France. A little bit less than 2 minutes left in this second period, and we still have a gap of 5 points between the two teams. Nice shot by Gillet. And the drums must be really loud because I still hear it even though I'm in a closed office. The ball goes out of bounds, so that's a given point to Team Switzerland. And Switzerland was able to catch quite a momentum in these last few actions, catching up 3 points behind France. Letier bounces off the arm of Uleman outside. Point for Team France. And Guillaume Charpentier enters the field for the last minute of this period. Salome tries to fake, and still we have Laurent Ulrich, who managed to score right in between the legs of the defense. Thibault, Letier, and I was able to catch the Swiss defense off guard with the high ball. 1 second, and that's the end of our second period. We have now 4 points difference between the two teams, and you can see on your screen the momentum by Tchouk.net, which tries to catch how the team is doing with their defense, with their passes and shoots. It's not fully about the point difference, but really maybe the quality of the game that one team is able to offer. And you can see it was quite going up and down. France still got the majority of the momentum, or got the momentum for the majority of this period, but Switzerland was able to bounce back in the last few minutes of this period. I will take the remaining time of the break to hydrate a little bit myself. You should probably do it too, and see you for the third period. And we are off to the start of the third and last period of this match with already a point quickly done by Team Switzerland. And France scores as well, right in the gap between the Swiss defense. Ball to Chopard, Salomé, Ulrich, Gillet, and the shot was caught by Letier. Letier, Simon. Letier, Emmanuel, ends up in the hands of Montero. Charpentier, swap of sides to Gillet, and I think there was some confusion. He wanted Gillet to pass the ball to probably Ulrich, but he already was set up for a defense. Nice defense by Team Switzerland, who is able to counterattack and score. Another catch by Team Switzerland as we go on the other side. And you can sometimes hear players or coaches saying some numbers, of course in French, since both teams are French speaking. 1, 2, and they are talking about the number of passes that happened already, so that the players can know when or if they have to shoot. Letier wanted to send the ball to the middle before switching frame. Gillet shoots and then end up in the ball of Letier. A call for travel. Chopard goes back to Ulrich, to Montero. Really nicely done, even though he had to stop his running before jumping. Last ball, last pass for the shot, and Switzerland is able to defend. Gillet playing now on the other frame, he's able to score. And Jacquet with a high jump is able to do a high angle shot right on the edge of the defense. Back to RB, Charpentier. Gillet has to shoot and bounces on the shoulders of the French defense. Point for Team Switzerland. We played 4 minutes in this last period and Switzerland is catching up with Team France. Only 1 point difference between them. Montero. Referee says he stepped on the zone. And we are slowing the game down a little bit. And the shot trying to catch the Swiss defense off guard, but Charpentier was not having it. I think that was a frame shot by Team Switzerland. Letier, Jacquet has to shoot, and Montero catches it. Ulrich, Chopard. Thibaut. Ball bounces between the Swiss players, but Ulrich is able to catch it on the second line. Jacquier has to shoot because no one else is ready to attack. Ball is caught by Switzerland. And it's been a little while since we haven't had a score, as both teams are really finding good defenses. Montero, frame shot. Indeed, the ball took an awkward direction after the shot. Ball to and you can see the players laughing because the referee was calling where to start again and the player was not fully on the right spot. Ulrich finds the equalization for Team Switzerland as we have 32 against 32. Ball to Paris. Renaud goes back to the other frame. And again, three players defending. And Charpentier, even though he was still moving, was able to catch that ball in a nice way. Ulrich. And Ulrich already back on defense, catches that ball by Team Switzerland, Team France. Charpentier to Gillet. Had to stop his run. Angelini bounces on the shoulders of the Swiss defenders. Chopard. Back to Ulrich. Montero really took his time to shoot strong and was able to score. Ball bounces on the hand of Charpentier. That's a point for Team France. Arabe goes back to Montero. 2 steps. Ulrich in the hands of the French defense. Long ball to Letier. To Jacquier. Swap of sides. Ooh, almost caught after a bounce on the second line by Salomé, but that's a point for Team France. 6 minutes left in this third period. 2 points gap between the two teams. Everything could still happen. David Montero scoring again for Team Switzerland. He says something to his teammates, but I could not hear. And that was 4 steps from Angelini. He says the ball is a bit slippery and asks for a change of balls, I believe. No, the same ball is used again by Team Switzerland. Paris to Letier. Jacquier on the other side. The referee says the ball landed in the zone. That's a given point to Team Switzerland. Renaud. Paris. And Montero goes for the other side. Let's see how that works out for him as he has the ball, shoots, but hits, unfortunately, the frame. Angelini goes to Jacquier. And Montero with a very nice ball, going really fast on the counter attack to catch the French defense off guard. Montero again. Main referee says there was a step in the zone. That's a ball for Team Switzerland. The teams are now even, and this could be the time where Switzerland goes ahead, but no, ball ends up for Team France. And Team France scores and gets 1 point ahead. And I heard the Swiss coach say, arrête de chercher compliqué, which means don't go for shots too complicated, play simple. And that's a really important point. You can either win if you score many balls, but if you end up giving points to the other team because you make mistakes, that's also not very good. So you can win by just playing simple and really not making mistakes. Paris, Gilles launches the ball to the second line and Salome is able to catch it. Ulrich with a nice 90-degree shot is able to score and even out the points for both teams. 2 minutes left. Gilles alone in the defense on the first line is able to catch it. Very nicely done. Ulrich. The referee says it was a frame shot. So that's a ball for Team France. Still even points. 1 minute short of the end. It's very intense and we have a lot of energy left in the players. The ball goes for Team France as it hit the ground just before. Letier to Maxence Jacquet is able to score and the players are celebrating this score. 30 seconds for Switzerland. It could happen, but we probably have only 2 or 3 actions left. So they all have to go in the way of Switzerland. And we have a first point done by Gilles. 15 seconds. At least 1 action left. And Team Switzerland just didn't have enough time to go again for another shot. That's the end of this match. 40 against 39. in the way of
Donc, la
Team
France
France.
s'échappe avec un point.
We had a very intense and nice third period. You can see the momentum really bounced off between the two sides quite often. So no team was really having a high advantage here in this last period. But this is still the round robin. It only
Un tonnerre d'applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour les deux équipes.
Which team is playing
Pour leur
against
magnifique
who on the
prestation.
semi-final, because only 4 teams are taking part in this category.
Donc maintenant, il y a
And
la
we
pause
will
de
have the
midi. Les
semi-finals
matchs reprennent à
later this
13h30.
afternoon. I will remind you
Le
of the
prochain
time.
match sera Italie avec
At
le Danemark.
3:50
We have now the lunch
first
break.
semi-final,
Match which starts
and
again
at
at
5.
1:30. The first match is going to be Italy playing with the Denmark. Bon appétit à tout le monde et on se retrouve dans une petite heure. À bientôt.